الرحمن الرحيم. وأوحي إلى نوح أنه لن يؤمن من قومك إلا من قد آمن فلا تبتئس بما كانوا يفعلون واصنع الفلك بأعيننا ووحينا ولا تخاطبني في الذين ظلموا إنهم مغرقون ويصنع الفلك وكلما مر عليه ملأ من قومه سخروا منه قال إن تسخروا منا فإنا نسخر منكم كما تسخرون فسوف تعلمون من يأتيه عذاب يخزيه ويحل عليه عذاب مقيم حتى إذا جاء أمرنا وفارت النور قل نحمل فيها من كل زوجين اثنين وأهلك إلا من سبق عليه القول ومن آمن وما آمن معه إلا قليل وقال اركبوا فيها بسم الله مجريها ومرساها إن ربي لغفور رحيم وقال اركبوا فيها بسم الله مجريها ومرساها دساها إن ربي لغفور رحيم وهي تجري بهم في موج كالجبال ونادى نوح ابنه وكان في معزل وكان في معزل يا بني اركب معنا يا بني اركب معنا ولا تكن مع الكافرين قال سآوي إلى جبل يعصمني من الماء قال لا عاصم اليوم من أمر الله إلا من رحم وحال بينهما الموج فكان من المغرقين وقيل يا أرض ابلعي ماءك ويا سماء أقلعي
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم إلى قيام يوم الدين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أما بعد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let us look today at a few of the ahadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salatu wassalam with regard to developing our character and our behavior so that it reflects the values of Ahlul Bayt and it resembles the character of Ahlul Bayt. The first hadith that we will look at is from our fourth Imam, Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wassalam. And this hadith is narrated by one of the loyal companions of our fourth Imam, who also later on was a companion of Imam Muhammad Baqir and Imam Ja'far Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam jami'an. And that is Abu Hamza al-Thumali. We're familiar with the name Abu Hamza al-Thumali because he is also the narrator of that lengthy and detailed and very beautiful dua of Imam Zayn al-Abidin known as Dua Abi Hamza al-Thumali. We should always remember that when a dua is named for one of the followers of the Imam or the companions of the Imam, that dua is still associated with the Imam. So Dua Abi Hamza al-Thumali, Dua Kumail, these are not du'as of Kumail or dua of Abu Hamza. Abu Hamza was the narrator of the dua. Kumail ibn Ziyad al-Nakha'i was the narrator of dua Kumail, but dua Kumail is the dua of Amirul Mu'mineen. And it is narrated that Amirul Mu'mineen also used to recite the dua of Khadir alayhi salam. So it's the dua of Khizr or Khadir alayhi salam. Dua Abi Hamza al-Thumali also is a dua of Imam Zayn al-Abidin, but it's narrated by Abu Hamza al-Thumali. So that's why it became known by his name. So this is one of those loyal and very pious and very special companions of our Imam who is narrating this hadith. Imam Zayn al-Abidin says, Min akhlaq al-mu'min, among the attributes and the character of a believer are the following instances, the following attributes. Al-infaqu ala qadr al-iqtar. A believer spends according to the extent of iqtar, meaning the difficulty in their financial circumstances. So first of all, the word infaq is used in general in Arabic to mean spending. And then within the religious context in the Quran and ahadith, infaq is a positive term, that which is spent for the sake of Allah. And the focus is on the intention, meaning doing it for the sake of Allah, and the act of spending, not on where that money goes. So if I do something for the sake of Allah, I make the intention that this is to serve Allah, and I take that action, I spend that money. It can go on my own family. It can go on my loved ones. It can go on hosting people who will be my guests at home or in the masjid. So these are actions that are pleasing to Allah if they are done for the sake of Allah, but they are also reinforcing our own friendships, our own families, our own relationships. And that is a valid form of infaq for the sake of Allah. Similarly, if we give something for a religious cause, a charitable cause, to help people financially or economically or educationally or religiously, that is also a form of infaq. So the meaning of infaq is not limited in terms of which type of assets you can give. It can be money, it can be food, it can be other possessions that have monetary value, it can be anything that you are devoting for the sake of Allah. Nor is it limited in terms of where you can spend it. You can spend it yourself by giving it to the needy. You can spend it by helping a charitable cause that is pleasing to Allah, that benefits Islam, that is according to the interests of Islam, meaning those values that Islam has told us are important. Whether it be providing food to people, providing other material needs, educational needs, religious needs, any other form of support. So it's a very broad concept, infaq. Any kind of asset, any kind of outlet or usage, as long as it's pleasing to Allah, the focus is elsewhere. The intention should be for Allah, and the action should be done. As the Quran says, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. The believers are those who they spend in the way of Allah. That spending is important, not where that money is spent or how much it is or what type of money it is, what type of asset it is. Now this infaq of a believer ala qadr al-iqtar, it is in proportion to the financial hardship of a person. So if I am very hard economically, meaning if I have a great deal of difficulty, then my infaq would be less. more or less financial difficulty, my infaq will be proportionate to what I am able to give. A believer is somebody who looks at their circumstances and gives accordingly. Sometimes we might have a little bit of difficulty in our economic position or our budget, but we completely shut off our charitable giving or our giving in the way of Allah. And that is not the akhlaq of a mu'min. Min akhlaq al-mu'min al-infaqu ala qadr al-iqtar. To spend, and it's not limit your spending. You are still spending. But spend according to the constraints you have in your budget, your finances. When a person is in hardship, A, they will still do infaq. B, their infaq will be responsible and in proportion to what they are able to give because of their financial hardship. But then when that hardship is removed, وَالتَّوَسُّعْ عَلَى قَدْرِ التَّوَسُّعْ, when they have ease, when they have abundance, then they also give in proportion to their abundance. And sometimes there is that tendency that when we become more wealthy, when we have more assets at our disposal, our contribution to charitable or to worthy uses, it does not increase proportionally. When Allah blesses us, then ala qadr tawassu', proportion to that blessing that we have received, we should also do tawassu'. We should increase our spending on those things that are pleasing to Allah. And tawassu' here means to be liberal in our giving. This includes charitable giving, but also our own family and our loved ones. Some people, because they were raised in poverty or in hardship, when they have a good income, they still are very strict and very limited in what they spend. Tawassu' means that we should spend liberally and generously in the way of Allah, but also not place undue hardship on our families. Ala qadri tawassu'. So that means that it should not be irresponsible. Or a person, for example, in order to be generous, in order to be liberal in spending, they don't have any savings, they don't have any budgeting or any planning for the future. According to what Allah has blessed you with and how liberal Allah has been, then you should be liberal and generous in your own spending. You should do tawassu'. Be generous with your family and your loved ones. Be generous in giving to the path of Allah, but ala qadr tawassu', to that same proportion that Allah has been generous with you. Wa insafun nas. A believer is a person who gives people justice. They don't have a dual standard where everything that I do is justified and there is an excuse, but everything that you do is going to be punished or is going to be criticized. They are fair to people and they give people justice even against themselves and against their own interests. وَابْتِدَاؤُهُ إِيَّاهُمْ بِالسَّلَامِ عَلَيْهِمْ. And a believer is a person who does salam before others do salam to him or her. So they have a friendly and an expansive and an open kind of interaction with others. When they meet somebody, they are the ones to say salam. They don't wait for the other person to come and respond according to the greeting of the other person. They will go and pray, because salam is a dua, it is a prayer, and they will try to establish that relationship, strengthen the relationship, and get the reward of being the first to pray for a fellow believer. So these are a few attributes a believer should spend when they are in financial difficulty, according to the difficulty they have, when they are in a time of plenty and abundance, according to the abundance that Allah has shown them. There should be a proportion, but there should be a giving and a generosity within the spirit of the believer. They should be fair to people and not have a double standard between how they treat others and how they wish to be treated. And they should introduce salam to others. Wherever they go, they don't say that that person is younger, that person is less learned, or I want to see how other people treat me before I respond. Begin people with salam and start that conversation with your fellow believers so that they learn from your openness and your manners in dealing with them. This is very useful when we come to our community centers, and sometimes we have that tendency when we see somebody new to keep to ourselves. And the attribute of a believer is to meet, greet, and to try to become familiar with new people. And that is what ifsha'us salam that's mentioned in ahadith, or ibtida'un nas bis salam that's mentioned in this hadith. It means that you go and you say salam to people. You're giving that prayer and creating a relationship with somebody. The next hadith that we will look at is from our sixth Imam, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, and this is a hadith in which the Imam addresses one of his companions by the name of Mihzam. He says, Ya Mihzam shi'atuna man la ya'du sawtuhu sam'ah. Our Shia have certain attributes. These are not just general attributes of a believer, but somebody who is going to be called a Shia of Ahlul Bayt. And a Shia of Ahlul Bayt, that is a very sacred term. As we have said numerous times before, it implies an association with Ahlul Bayt. And once a person is a Shia of Ahlul Bayt, then their behavior is going to reflect upon their Imams, because the world will know them as the Shia of Ahlul Bayt. So if they have good character, people will say Ahlul Bayt were noble and taught their followers to be noble. People will be attracted towards Ahlul Bayt, towards Islam. The Shia, they have therefore a very high standard to try to live up to, inshaAllah. Ya mihzam shi'atuna man la ya'du sawtuhu sam'ah. Our Shia, our followers, are those whose sounds do not go beyond their ears. Meaning, they don't yell. They speak loud enough to hear themselves. Meaning they speak in a normal voice, but they are not arrogant, they are not loud-mouthed, they are respectful and dignified and humble in their speech. This is not a literal statement. Sometimes it is called upon to speak in a loud voice if somebody is at a distance, but it is referring to the humility and the dignity of a believer. La ya'du sawtuhu sam'ah. And certainly it means that believers are not looking for fame. They're not looking to publicize their name, publicize their good deeds, and then get praise and recognition from other people. وَلَا شَحْنَاؤُهُ يَدَيْهِ. Nor is their animosity, shahna means animosity, their animosity does not go beyond their hands. So their hands, we have a certain hand span, which is very limited. I can only reach a few feet in any one direction. So one meaning of this part of the hadith might be that their animosity does not go very far. They're not consumed by hate and they are not filled with hate, but it's a limited extent. They do have emotions, sometimes have anger, sometimes dislike people, but it is not something that is very expansive and that overcomes them. It doesn't go far. The other meaning of the anger or the dislike and the hatred being within the hand span of a person is that they are in control of it, because that which does not go beyond my hands is something that I can easily control. It's within my power. So their anger is always within their control. And those two meanings are related. Their anger does not go far, and their anger does not go outside of their control. So number one, the Shia are those la ya'du sawtuhu sam'ah. Their voice does not go beyond their own ears. وَلَا شَحْنَاؤُهُ يَدَيْهِ. Their hatred of people, it does, and that means dislike. and it's referring to dislike or aversion or hatred that is justified. Their aversion to people does not go beyond their own handspan. It's not overpowering for them. وَلَا يَمْتَدِحُ بِنَا مُعْلِنًا. Now, one meaning of this is that they do not praise Ahlul Bayt publicly, meaning they do not draw unneeded attention to Ahlul Bayt, and they are conscious of the effect that their words will have on other people, especially people who are not followers of Ahlul Bayt or who may be enemies of Ahlul Bayt. In some cases, taqiyya and caution demands that we say certain things only in trusted gatherings. We don't say them publicly. That was a circumstance that prevailed during much of the Imam's own lifetimes, and that may be referred to in this hadith. La yamtadihu bina mu'linan, does not praise us publicly, especially at times when taqiyya is called for, when precaution is called for. But more broadly, it means that we should be cautious, that if I say something, then it may be misunderstood or it may be misconstrued by other people. And I should be careful about what I say and how I say things so that I can communicate a constructive message. And just because something is true does not mean that I should say it. Otherwise, we should proclaim the praise of Ahlul Bayt publicly at all times, because it is always true. But the limitation placed by the Imams is because sometimes it might be counterproductive. Our speech is for a certain purpose. And especially today, if there is speech that is controversial, if there is speech that might be misunderstood, we have to think twice, think 3 times before we say it. Sometimes it is necessary to say those things, even if they might be controversial or misunderstood. But we should make sure that we know what we are doing, and we are doing so for a greater purpose. The benefit will outweigh the harms. We shouldn't just do so out of passion. We shouldn't just do so because it happens to be true. Not everything that is true is constructive or worthy to be said at all times. وَلَا يُجَالِسُ لَنَا عَائِبًا. The Imam says our Shia are those who do not sit with people who are disparaging, who are speaking ill of Ahlul Bayt. Somebody is speaking ill of Ahlul Bayt, and if somebody is speaking ill of Islam or of religion, because if somebody speaks ill of God, if somebody speaks ill of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if somebody speaks ill of Islam, then that is what Ahlul Bayt's life was devoted to. All of our Imams, their lives were devoted to Tawheed, devoted to Islam, devoted to the serving and the spreading of this religion. So if somebody is mocking Islam or Allah or the Prophet or Ahlul Bayt, then I, as a follower of Ahlul Bayt, should not sit in that gathering. وَلَا يُجَالِسُ لَنَا عَائِبًا. Somebody who is disparaging Islam. وَلَا يُخَاصِمُ لَنَا قَالِيًا. And this might be counterintuitive. The Imam says that if somebody is a qali with qaf, somebody who dislikes Ahlul Bayt, la yukhasim, a Shia will not openly fight with or oppose that person. There is a certain kind of behavior that we should adopt towards those who are opposed to Ahlul Bayt or are enemies of Ahlul Bayt. And the hadith of our 6th Imam says that if somebody is a qali, if somebody is an enemy of Ahlul Bayt, the proper response is not to do khisam or mukhasama, not to openly enter into an argument and fight and maybe publicize that disagreement, but to separate ourselves and do bara'a or tabarri, or tabarra as it's sometimes known, to dissociate from those people, and then to oppose them with dignity. So we should not be openly picking fights with people who are opposed to Ahlul Bayt or enemies of Ahlul Bayt, even if we condemn their belief and their actions. وَإِنْ لَقِيَ مُؤْمِنًا أَكْرَمَهُ. When a believer, a Shia, finds a believer, then that Shia honors a believer. Sometimes we find faults with each other, and we have always some criticism or other of a fellow believer. If someone is a believer, if somebody is a lover of Ahlul Bayt, then we should look for things to admire about them, to respect about them, and not look for faults or things to criticize. When we find a believer, we akramahu, we show them respect. That ikram comes from within. If we are hypercritical of our own communities and our fellow believers, then it will be difficult for us to show them respect. So they should be honored in our mind, in our heart, and we should show that honor in our actions. And of course, that doesn't mean that we close our eyes to the faults that exist within our community. Ma'ruf and munkar are important for us to recognize, and we have to work towards the elimination of those faults. But when we see a fellow believer, it shouldn't be all of those criticisms and all of those faults that come spilling out of our mouths and show themselves in how we treat other people. When we meet a believer, akramahu, we show them respect. وَإِنْ لَقِيَ جَاهِلًا هَجَرَهُ. When we find somebody who is jahil, who is ignorant, and this can be somebody who doesn't know the truth, or somebody in particular who acts with foolishness and with ignorance. Hajarahu. The believer, the Shia, is one who ignores that person and puts a distance between themselves and that person of questionable character. Shi'atuna man la yahirru harir al-kalb. Our Shia, as the hadith of our sixth Imam continues, alayhi salam, is one who doesn't growl like a dog. They're not quick to anger. They're not harsh with people. Harir al-kalb, as a dog might growl. وَلَا يَطْمَعُ طَمَعَ الْغُرَابِ. Nor are they always covetous and always trying to take something and get something and acquisitive and covetous like a crow is covetous. لا يطمع طمع الغراب ولا يسأل عدونا وإن مات جوعا. Nor will a Shia ask a favor or lower themselves before an enemy of Ahlul Bayt even if they die of hunger. Meaning they have that dignity and that sense of propriety that I should not debase myself in front of one who is an enemy of Ahlul Bayt. وَإِن مَاتَ جُوعًا, even if it causes me severe hardship. They have that much of a loyalty to Ahlul Bayt and towards the friends of Ahlul Bayt. These are hadith that speak of the attributes of the Shia. They are a reminder to us that we have a very high standard that we should aspire to in our own character, because what we do, how we act, what we say, all of that reflects for people the teachings of Ahlul Bayt. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who are loyal to Ahlul Bayt, whose character is pleasing to Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salatu wassalam, and who can serve as guides for people towards respecting and following the sublime teachings of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad alayhimus salatu wassalam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. هم النور نور الله جل جلاله، هم التين والزيتون والشفع والوتر، مهابط وحي الله خزان علمه، ميامين في أبياتهم نزل الذكر، وأسماؤهم مكتوبة فوق عرشه ومكنونة من قبل أن يخلق الذر، ولولاهم لم يخلق الله آدما، ولا كان زيد في الوجود ولا عمرو، اللهم إني أسألك وأتوجه إليك بنبيك نبي الرحمة محمد صلى الله عليه وآله يا أبا القاسم يا رسول الله يا إمام الرحمة يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا الحسن يا أمير المؤمنين يا علي بن أبي طالب يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا فاطمة الزهراء يا بنت محمد يا قرة عين الرسول يا سيدتنا ومولاتنا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيهة عند الله اشفعي لنا عند الله يا أبا محمد يا حسن بن علي أيها المجتبى يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا عبد الله يا حسين بن علي أيها الشهيد يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن الحسين يا زين العابدين يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه. يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا جعفر يا محمد بن علي أيها الباقر يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا عبد الله يا جعفر بن محمد أيها الصادق يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. يا أبا الحسن يا موسى بن جعفر أيها الكاظم يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. وقبر بطوس يا لها من مصيبة ألحت على الأحشاء بالزفرات. يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن موسى أيها الرضا يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا جعفر يا محمد بن علي أيها التقي الجواد يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن محمد أيها الهادي النقي يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا أبا محمد يا حسن بن علي أيها الزكي العسكري يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله يا وصي الحسن والخلف الحجة أيها القائم المنتظر المهدي يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله اشفع لنا عند الله. الله يا حامي الشريعة تقر وهي كذا مروعة بك تستغيث، بك تستغيث من هذا الوباء العظيم، بك تستغيث وقلبها لك عنجوا يشكو صدوعا. كم ذا القعود ودينكم هدمت قواعده الرفيعة، مات التصبر في انتظارك أيها المحيي الشريعة. فانهض فما أبقى التحمل غير أحشاء جزوع، تنعى الفروع أصوله وأصوله تنعى فروع. ماذا يهيجك إن صبرت؟ اللهم بمصاب أهل البيت عليهم السلام اقضي حوائج المؤمنين، نجنا ونجهم من هذا الوباء العظيم، نج المصابين، ردهم إلى عيالهم سالمين غانمين. اللهم إنا ظلمنا أنفسنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا، وفقنا للتوبة النصوحة، لا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ومبلغ علمنا. اللهم أيقظنا من نومة الغافلين، نبهنا من نومة الغافلين. الناس نيام إذا ما ماتوا انتبهوا. عجل وقرب فرج إمام زماننا، واجعلنا من أنصاره وعوانه واللاذين به تحت لوائه. اللهم كما قربت أجسادنا لأهل البيت عليهم السلام لمراقدهم الشريفة، قربنا بأعمالنا وألسنتنا وقلوبنا. يا سعادتي وموالي إني توجهت بكم أئمتي، وعدتي ليوم فقري وحاجتي إلى الله، وتوسلت بكم إلى الله، واستشفعت بكم إلى الله، فاشفعوا لي عند الله واستنقذوني من ذنوبي عند الله، فإنكم وسيلتي إلى الله، وبحبكم وبقربكم أرجو نجاة من الله، فكونوا عند الله رجائي يا سادتي يا أولياء الله. صلى الله عليهم أجمعين، ولعن الله أعداء الله ظالميهم من الأولين والآخرين، آمين رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد، واقض حوائج المحتاجين، فرج همومهم، اشف مريضهم بمريض كربلاء زين العابدين. عجل وقرب فرج إمام زماننا، واجعلنا من أنصاره وأعوانه واللائذين به تحت لوائه. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا، حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. يا أمير المؤمنين، يا ولي الله، إن بيني وبين الله عز وجل ذنوبا لا يأتي عليها إلا رضاكم، فبحق من ائتمنكم على سره واسترعاكم أمر خلقه وقرن طاعتكم بطاعته لما استوهبتم ذنوبي وكنتم شفعائي، فإني لكم مطيع، من أطاعكم فقد أطاع الله، ومن عصاكم فقد عصى الله، ومن أحبكم فقد أحب الله، ومن أبغضكم فقد أبغض الله. اللهم إني لو وجدت شفعاء أقرب إليك من محمد وأهل بيته الأخيار الأئمة الأبرار لجعلتهم شفعائي، فبحقهم الذي أوجبت لهم عليك أسألك أن تدخلني في جملة العارفين بهم وبحقهم، وفي زمرة المرحومين بشفاعتهم، إنك أرحم الراحمين. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين وسلم تسليما كثيرا، وحسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. اللهم نقسم عليك بأحب الخلق إليك محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين أن تفرج عن المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات، وتبعد عنا هذا الوباء العظيم بحرمة محمد وآل محمد، وإلى أرواح أمواتكم وشهدائكم ومن مات على حب محمد وآل محمد، ومن لم يذكره ذاكر، ومن له حق علينا. رحم الله من قرأ السورة الفاتحة تسبقها الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
السلام عليك يا حجة الله في أرضه، السلام عليك يا أين الله في خلقه، السلام عليك يا نور الله الذي يهتدي به المهتدون ويفرج به عن المؤمنين. السلام عليك أيها المهذب الخائف، السلام عليك أيها الغني المنصف، السلام عليك أيها المهذب الخائف، السلام عليك أيها الغني المنصف، السلام عليك يا سفينة النجاة، السلام عليك يا أين الحياة، يا أين الحياة